Hi, I'm Deborah King, and today I'm going to be taking you on a virtual journey back through the mists of time to those places that are sacred to the Divine Feminine. We're going to go to the south of France, and there you're going to connect with the powerful transformative spirit of Mary Magdalene and all those ancient goddesses that preceded her. Now, as we travel there, I'm going to be telling you stories of Magdalene's life. You recall that she was at the crucifixion and the resurrection of Jesus. You'll be standing right there with me, right where she preached the good news. We'll go where she wrote the Gnostic Gospel. We'll go where she died and ascended. You're going to see why Magdalene is such a figure of mystery and controversy, as well as being the most beloved disciple of Jesus and a shining example of what we all want to be, of the empowered feminine. And going back to the days of the Roman Empire, when France was known as Gaul, the divinity worshipped by the Celtic people was Epona, the goddess of fertility. She also protected the horses, the donkeys, and the mules. So let's ride there. Let's go grab those wild horses we see out there on the beach where Magdalene landed. We're going to go to a little village near Marseille, to the Camargue. It's a really wild area of wetlands and pasture, and it's full of white horses and pink flamingos. I went to the Camargue back when I was in my 20s. It was one of the first places I went in France, and I go there often in my dreams. It's truly a magical place. Now, you'll recall that after Jesus' crucifixion and resurrection, the persecution against his ever-increasing band of followers really intensified. So, to avoid death and still preach their word, they scattered throughout the Mediterranean area and really throughout the whole Roman Empire. Now, we don't know exactly how the Magdalene ended up in France. One version is that with friends she sailed there in order to preach the news, to heal the sick, to convert the infidels. The other version is that she was sent into exile adrift in a rudderless boat. But either way, she ended up in France, that's for sure, and that's where our trip begins. So let's pull over to the side of the road here and take a break. We're at Sainte-Marie de la Mer. That's named after the three Maries who arrived on that boat I just mentioned. There would be Mary Magdalene, one of the Maries, Mary of Clopas, the sister of Mother Mary, the second Marie, and Mary Salome. She was the mother of the apostles, James and John. Now, there were other people in that boat. There was Martha, the sister of Mary Magdalene, and her servant, Marcel. There was Magdalene's brother, Lazarus. And there was a blind man named Sidonius, who'd been healed by Jesus. He'd been healed of his blindness. Sarah was the maid of the Mary. She was on the boat, as well as Maximin, one of the 72 disciples of Christ. Now, Maximin went on to become the first bishop of Aix-en-Provence. That's a city that we'll be going to soon. So the Roma gathered here every year to honor Saint Sarah. She's the patron saint of the Gypsies, the dark-skinned Egyptian who served the three Marys. Mary Salome, Mary of Clopas, and Sarah are buried in the parish church here at Sainte-Marie de la Mer. So let's pause here. Let's feel that sense of peace and hope that we know the Marys felt. The Magdalene, she especially never shied away from the emotional difficulties that she must have faced. So let's connect to that inner strength that she had.